7 Psychology Tricks to Build Unstoppable Confidence. We hear the words, just be confident, at least once a day, especially in today's society. Regardless of the circumstances that this encouragement has been said, we all want to feel and appear as confident as possible, right? So let's break down 7 psychology tricks that will help you build unstoppable confidence. Number 1, confront your fears. Our comfort zone is named appropriately. It's comfortable and safe. Therefore, stepping outside of it raises our anxiety and makes us feel afraid. Fear of the unknown, or xenophobia, includes anything or anyone that is unfamiliar or unknown. We like the things that we know and we reject those we don't. It is in our basic human nature. If you feel anxious or even upset when dealing with unknown circumstances, you may have developed something called intolerance to uncertainty. This means that uncertain circumstances simply feel intolerable to you. Fear does keep you safe, yes, but it also holds you back. By not stepping outside your comfort zone, you will not take any risks and therefore will not experience any challenges and opportunities that might change your life for the better. If you want to build confidence, you have to stop allowing your fears to control your every move, decision, or word. Every situation has something to be afraid of, whether you realize it or not. But it may not seem so if it is an activity you've done countless of times before. That road in the morning to get a cup of coffee from your favorite coffee place? Anything can happen and you could get hurt. Yet, you know it like the back of your hand and you do it all the time because you know it. It all comes down to control and practice. If you have to give a speech to a large group and you are filled with anxiety just thinking about it, it's a lack of practice. In reality, the situation is perfectly doable and not scary at all. So all you need to do is take baby steps and build your way up to a large crowd. You'll see that in no time, you'll have given speech over speech and not feel any fear. Number 2, own your strengths. In many studies throughout the years, it's been proven that the negative always beats the positive. For instance, you can have 100 great reviews and yet a single bad one will completely change your mood. You can have 100 satisfied and happy customers and the one who isn't will shift your entire perspective over your job, and you might even end up losing potential customers because of one negative person. As it turns out, it is overwhelmingly easier to think and act negative. Our brains are wired this way. It takes us about 4 to 5 times longer to process good memories rather than bad ones. We often criticize and nitpick people's flaws and insecurities rather than compliment and support, and we do the same to ourselves. It's easier to focus on the negative and treat ourselves badly, hence why we are our own worst enemy. The only way to build your confidence is by focusing on your talents, achievements, and advantages. Practicing some self-love every day, little by little, goes a long way and you will begin to build that self-confidence in no time. Number 3, set attainable goals. Consistency is key, more often than not, and taking baby steps to achieve a big goal is usually the best way to go about it. It helps you become more organized and productive, and it gives you reason to be proud of as well. Aiming to do a big project all at once can become overwhelming and it can be a reason for burnout. But goal setting maintains a structure to your life and keeps track of every step you're taking in order to achieve your goals. And it's not useful just for professional purposes. It can be used for pretty much anything in our daily lives, whether a health goal, emotional, or mental. Deadlines do not have to be dreadful, not when it comes to your personal goals. Confidence building takes time, as all great things do, and doing it step by step instead of all at once is more helpful. Seeing progress laid down in physical form is enough motivation for many people, and it helps to form a healthy habit and keep track of where and how you used to be to where and how you currently are. And if it helps even more, view each daily or weekly task as its own individual project, forcing yourself to complete it, and your confidence will surge the more you do it. Number 4, help someone. Selflessness is a black and white concept to many, as they believe it might not be honorable or that a kind deed might not count if it also helps them and makes them feel good in the process. But that should not be on our minds. Good deeds leave us feeling good and proud of ourselves, and they release the much needed oxytocin and serotonin to keep us motivated and happy as well. Volunteering or donating are small ways to help others that have a big impact, not just on the cause, but on yourself. You will feel more confident and proud of yourself each time you do something good. It can be something as small as helping your friend with a project or give them advice, but it will be just as effective. Number 5, separate your weaknesses. Nobody likes to feel exposed and have their flaws or insecurities pointed out. A lot of time when that happens, it's bullying, and of course it brings our self-esteem down and makes us feel bad, especially if it's a flaw we hadn't even realized we had. In the end, all it does is hurt us. So how can we avoid the hurt? Once you acknowledge and build on your strengths, you should focus on your weaknesses and acknowledge them as well. No individual is perfect, and everyone has something about themselves that they cannot change. And owning up to that fact makes you, in fact, stronger and significantly more confident. Even the most beautiful or the richest and most powerful people have something about themselves that they dislike or hate, and that is only human. But you have to remember that strengths are what define us, not weaknesses, even if it feels the other way around. Just like our mistakes do not define us, neither do our weaknesses. Nobody wants to be criticized or to hear that someone hates something about them, but assessing those weak spots into what is changeable and what isn't will help you see things in a different perspective and build your confidence in the long run. Number 6, stop comparing. Comparing yourself to someone else is an incredibly detrimental and self-destructive habit. Whether you do it consciously or not, or whether it comes from you or an acquaintance, it does nothing more but to worsen your self-esteem and strength, especially in today's society when social media is filled with beautiful people. You have to remind yourself that every person is unique, and every person's journey and personal success looks different. Comparing yourself to a millionaire or a model is a waste of time because you will never be them. You are your own person, meant to achieve success in your own ways. Embrace your strength and even weaknesses, and focus on your talents and what you can do with them instead of glaring at others and their seemingly perfect lives. Nobody lives the perfect life. Number 7, look confident. First impressions are important. Our brains are designed to focus on appearance first. It is just the way we are built, and it has nothing to do with anyone's personality. We notice the appearance first and foremost, so personal style and body language are of utmost importance. It might be considered as shallow, but again, it is just human nature. And especially strangers, they do notice how you walk and what you are wearing, since they cannot possibly assess your personality from only watching you walk down the street. Wearing fine attire and standing up or walking straight are some ways to be positively remarked and to reinforce and practice self-confidence. Some might even say, fake it till you make it. And that can also be true. If you do this plenty of times, walking with your head held high and straight, you will end up doing it unconsciously, and it will definitely improve your confidence. While it remains true that what is on the inside ultimately matters more, appearing confident and comfortable in your own skin also carries societal value that helps us get through the day, and there is nothing wrong with walking around feeling comfortable with who you are. Thank you for watching this. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more wonderful content down your way.